So your wedge is your best friend. Because we use, at least when I set up circuits for floor, I usually use a ton of wedges, as much as I can get, or I even make wedges, and I can just kind of show you guys how to create a wedge using springboards, because there's ways to make wedges, because sometimes we don't always have wedges. So mostly what we're going to be working on today is I'll show you some different ideas for forward rolls, backward rolls, things like that, and teaching them kind of what I feel is like more developmentally correct, as well as just some different little things I picked up along the way to teach forward rolls. Okay, so there's typically what I do first for teaching forward rolls is, Iceland, come here, is I'll go down the wedge, or Livy, come here then, since Livy's more ready. So what I typically do for doing forward rolls is I have them start up on the wedge first. And I always say start with your arms up because I want to get them getting used to doing this kind of motion, arms up, arms down. Then I say put your hands right by your feet. Then I actually am spotting them behind their head because this is, to me, is the most important piece. And so what I do is say get up, bend your knees a little bit, bend your arms a little bit, look at your belly button, where's your belly button? And then I can spot them through the roll. And my hand actually stays right underneath it, right here to make sure their head stays in. Because there's so many times you see a kid jump up, they go arms up, arms down, and go to roll, and they go bam, right on the top of their head. So it's really important just to make sure they get used to that. Libby, come here again. And so I'll have you guys, we'll actually jump in and spot some of these because I want this to be floor is a little bit, I think, more hands-on because there's a lot of stuff we can do. And plus I have 2 kids here today. So arms up, arms down. Look at your belly button, bend your knees and your arms a little bit, and then roll. Then as they roll, so as they start to get a better roll, what I do too, so when a kid is actually, seems to be rolling fine, we want to teach them how to roll up with their arms in front and not on their own. So we call them magic hands, I think, or something like that. Like somebody's grabbing their hands and pulling them up, like there's, but I actually stand down here and actually help them. So they do their forward roll after the kid's got it. Grab my hands. And that way they hold my hands, they get up, and so they learn that they're not pushing out their butt. Because we see, when they get up to like level 3 and level 2, we see a lot of deductions come from kids who roll and put their hands on the floor. And so that's a really not a good thing to do. So that's one thing to really focus on the forward rolls is chin in, rolling forward, and then rolling with their arms out in front.